You either grow or die, and I'll choose grow every time. Every time. grow or die, and I'll choose grow every time. Every time.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
Whenever a truth is heard, there's no going back. You are the main character in the video game of life.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim we worship.
Life is too short to not make understanding the truth a priority.
Here's the thing about the music business. It's a cruel and shallow money trench, a long plastic hallway where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs. Also, there's a negative side.
It's all dualistic.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature.
No two people should ever agree completely on everything. If that happens, one of them isn't thinking for themselves.
We're just regular people who know we're being lied to. We're tired of it.
The bottom line is, there's only one choice left, and that's to dismantle this whole thing from the top down.
Templar, you're supposed to be doing the arrow thing that Ted does, dude.
My bad.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Mainstream Monday. What is up, Templar?
What's up, buddy?
Dude, how are you, man? How are things?
Things are great, man. I'm stoked. May 4th, can it get any better, right? I mean, I'm sure you saw that.
May the 4th be with you, sir.
Yes.
Are you a Star Wars nerd?
No, I'm not. I was never a space guy, so I never got into like Star Wars, Star Trek, any of that. Just it never interested me. I saw the movies, like the first couple.
Yeah, I never. So this is kind of funny, and people think that this is weird about me, is that I've never really seen the original Star Wars movies, but I did see episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Somebody bought me a ticket, like I was forced to go see it. But yeah, I'm not into space either. Like the make 'em ups, as some people call them. Like the movies and the TV shows, like where they're just completely fantasy. Like I'm not into it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And you know what? To be honest with you, you're not really missing anything, right? Like maybe if you were like, from the 70s, it was like their version of like the Matrix. But then, like the way they made Matrix gay with all the other lame shit, like they did the same thing there with Star Trek.
Well, aren't the makers of that? Didn't they come out as trans? Like, didn't they?
Yeah,
like,
the Wachowski brothers.
The Wachowski brothers, yeah. And they say that they like that message that like they were trying to portray in the movies was about being trans or something.
Right. Which is, like, maybe it is. Maybe that's, like, afterthought shit. Who knows? I mean, it kind of fits, Have you seen them, by the way? They look fucking weird, bro. One looks a little bit more like a chick than the other, dude. The other, like, totally looks like a dude.
Listen, anytime you try to change yourself, you're going to look different.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You know what I mean? If you try to lose weight, you're going to look different. If you try to change your sexuality, you're going to look different,
Cram says, where's the Rumble feed? Hello, Bill.
Yeah.
Hello, Corey.
All of Rumbles are down tonight. We are not on Rumble tonight.
No Rumbles.
No Rumbles tonight. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, none of the Rumbles are working tonight. Corey says greetings. Bill says let's fucking go. Thank you, Cram, for the repost. Dude, thank you everybody for repost. We love you. What up, Teresa? Let's see what else. Oh, who's this guy? Star Wars is gay. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is, dude.
so
Yeah,
gay.
I mean, God, and so is the guy that made Star Wars. What's his
Lucas,
name though?
yeah, but
Lucas.
dude,
Lucas.
he sold it for like what, $4 billion or something, right?
What up,
So
Chaz? Yeah,
so I
right.
mean,
To Disney, you
yeah.
know.
So I mean, I think he did all right. You know what I mean? Like I would do some
Sure,
shit like that. Yeah,
sure.
fuck it, dude. $4 billion for this? Sure. I
Sure.
never got to do
Well,
anything.
listen. What's your price tag? Like, what would it be to put out a fake and gay movie such as Star Wars? Like, what is your selling point?
Like, oh, like where I'd have to pitch like the Globe theme or some shit.
Well, yeah, and like I mean, just to try to sell like a fake space agenda. You know, like what would it cost? You know, like would you want like what, like 20 grand to make a film about it? Like, what I mean, what would it cost to have you do it?
As
Because I
far
mean,
as
$1
like,
billion. Everybody's doing it for $1 billion. I would do
right,
it for
right.
$1 billion.
Yeah, no, no,
I'm
I
saying, like,
agree
what's
with
the
you.
price point?
I don't know. I guess it'd have to be a few million because I mean, my integrity would be out the window after that, right? So, I mean, you'd have to like really cash in because you're done after that. You know, like you're worthless.
Right, right. What the dead game says about 58 million a
8 million
day.
a
Yeah,
day.
right, right. I think it's more than that, isn't it? Isn't it 70? I think it is.
Yeah, these guys.
If I were guessing, right, exactly. We're all just hypothetically guessing. It's probably even more than the 70 million that we're told about. You know.
Well, now that they got switched over to like NSA or whatever, like now that they're a national security agency or whatever, do we even get to see their price tag anymore?
Right, right. You know where there is no price tag, Templar?
Would it be over at Caman
Phone.
Bullion? Nope,
It would
nope.
be phoneboothpodcast.substack.com.
That's right. The Phone Booth Podcast.substack.com, where you can go and see all the old and current episodes of the Phone Booth Podcast, Dualistic Podcast, the Here's the Thing Podcast, the Philosopher King Podcast, the Pick Is In Podcast, Detoxing the Matrix Podcast, and Fasting Fake, as well as Mind of Madness as well. We also got an awesome little store in here, by the way, which is really cool. And if you were here, like last time I did one of these, we like gave around like a T-shirt or a cup or whatever. But
Ooh, yeah, you did. You gave away a
yeah,
shirt.
yeah. But all this right here goes and it just helps the fellas, right? Like it keeps things going. There's cool shirts in there. There's, like check it out. If you guys want to support the guys, this is a great way to do it, And nothing out in there's like gonna break your wallet or anything. Nobody's gouging on anything. So it's
Right?
awesome. That's the Phone Booth Podcast.substack.com, right?
It's
Like
true. They won't
everything's
steal your
over
money like
there.
that Twitter place. You know
That's
who
right.
else
And
won't steal your money?
there's free subscriptions and there's normal subscriptions as well. That's
That's
right.
right.
Caman Bullion, your place for all your precious metals like gold, silver, and copper. So I'll give you an example, right? Like tomorrow, we could hear some crazy ass news because the dollar's like worthless, right?
Yep.
So what are you gonna do with $1, $10, $100? Really not much, right? What I know won't be worthless tomorrow if the dollar goes out of business is some precious metals, right? Gold is
True.
still going to retain value. Silver is still going to retain value, right? Your precious metals are
Look,
going
it
to
just
hold
it just
value.
jumped up while we were talking about it. It just jumped
There you
up.
go.
It was
Yeah.
less when you first started talking just now about it, and it just went up. Look at that right there, boom,
Right.
live
Look
on
at
the
those
air.
prices, right? And in an age where the buying power of the dollar is slowly going down and depleting, where you get less for more, this gives you an opportunity to secure your wealth, So look into it, talk to your financial advisor, whatever, go online, check them out, see if it works for you. That's camanbullion.com.
That's no joke either. What you were just saying, like, man, when I went to the grocery store the other day, man, $30 didn't get me nothing at the grocery. I seriously got chips and salsa and like a fucking thing of crackers. Like,
Dude, if you go by the produce section where they got like the fruit in the containers, for just like cantaloupe, cut cantaloupe, they're charging you like $20 for a thing of cantaloupe.
Is it cut up?
So,
Yeah, like
yeah, it's cut up, but it's like, dude, a single cantaloupe costs you what? Maybe $1, $2, depending on where you buy it.
right.
But they cut it up, and all of a sudden it's like $15. What are you talking about? That's insane.
Dude, I saw a funny. I didn't have it prepared to show today, so I'm not going to try to find it. But I saw this video the other day of a lady, and she peeled a banana and put it like in this container, and then tried to fool her husband and say, "Oh, look what I got at the store today! It's a peeled already banana." Yeah, I mean, and then it was like she paid extra, for it to already be peeled.
Right on. Did he
Yeah, I
think
was
she was
like,
nuts?
oh, man. Yeah, of course. Because if you buy a pre-peeled banana, you're out there.
Yeah, you're almost as bad as those people that eat a banana with a spoon. Gunther.
Right. Or like on Seinfeld when you eat the Snickers with a fork. You remember?
Right. It's so
Oh
pretentious.
man. Right.
You know,
Right.
Speaking of May 4th, because I'm not really a Star Wars guy, but
Yeah.
I did look up a couple things for May 4th, some like cool little
Okay.
things. You mind if I
Okay.
share those?
Please.
All right, check this out. Well, before we do, first I want to let everybody know that May 1st was International Workers' Day. But you notice how there's no celebration for that shit anymore? May Day doesn't exist, right? The day when the common man, right, who goes and you work your ass off, right? There used to be a day where you got celebrated for that, right? And that's slowly been pulled away.
Well-
But don't worry, May the 4th be with you.
What would people do on this day? Like, how would they celebrate their employment?
Well, I believe on the Workers' Day, they used to hold it as a national holiday, so they actually gave them a day off, if I remember correctly. But
It'd be some
it's been a long
bullshit if
time
they
until
didn't get
looked
it
in.
off, right? Like, can you
Right?
imagine they had to go to
Right.
work?
Hey. Well, somebody's always got to fucking work, right? Somebody's working on Christmas at the
True,
gas
true.
station, the Dunkin' Donuts.
Listen,
You
I
know,
grew up
like
in
somebody's
Vegas.
working.
I've worked a lot of odd shifts in Vegas, dude. I know every holiday, every overnight shift. Like, fuck, I've done it all, man.
I've
So-
done the same. So now, on May 4th, 1970, that's when the Kent State shooting occurred. For those of
Okay.
you that don't know
Whoa.
what that is, there were a bunch of protesters at Kent State College, and the National Guard opened fire on the unarmed protesters, and it set off like a shitstorm. It's a stain in the country's history where we literally just opened up fire on unarmed civilians, right here in the U.S.
Yeah, this is not like what they're fucking trying to sell you in other areas right now up north.
Right.
You know,
We also got the Panama Canal broke ground in 1980 or 1904.
wow.
In 1776, May 4th, Rhode Island kicked off the American Revolution early by 2 months. They told King George, fuck you, we're not holding our allegiance to you anymore, and they hit the road. The first freedom rides kicked off in 1961, and in 1959, the shit stains called the Grammys started, right? All May 4th babies.
Wow.
And then in 1961, the high balloon record of 113,740 feet high by a Navy Commander Malcolm Ross and Victor Prather. And
That's an interesting one right
Prather
there.
drowned it on the way down. So, yeah.
That's an interesting one right there. And that's the highest recorded ever, 113,000 feet or something?
700 feet. Yeah, on the thing, it said, basically the edge of space, right? So if you were up that high, you could see that there's no fucking curve. And, that there's no fucking space. But that's probably why the dude drowned, right? He's like, hey, motherfucker, you can't talk about this. He's like, no, dude, it was flat. He's like, sorry. No.
Well, hey, that's what happens. I mean, we've talked about on recent episodes, like all these missing scientists, they start working on these projects. They learn a little too much, I mean, who the fuck knows, man?
Dude, that's exactly how it is, right? You get a little bit too much of a breakthrough or, yeah, done.
Yeah. The whole ass moon is cheese. I know mine is. Moon cheese is worth investing.
Investing in moon cheese? Maybe that's what Elon's trying to go up there for. Buy the dips, buy silver, just for entertainment purposes. Oh,
Buy
yeah.
the dips, fuck the chips. Let me see. We live in 1984. I'm about that moon cheddar. Cram says, haha, supermarket price, small talk, big gay. Uh, in England, we celebrate with cheese rolling. Is that what that means? Cheese rolling?
I guess.
Is that I don't know what that is there.
A cheese rolling? Do they roll a cheese? I don't know. Yo, what's up?
What's up, gentlemen?
What's up,
buddy?
dude?
That's so funny.
I was just looking for the doorbell sound bite, and I couldn't find it. But I was like, just bring
Ding
him up.
dong.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. I
just bring
couldn't
him up.
find it here in the settings. But
Yeah, I totally pulled an old geezer right now because I was like, oh, I've got a few more minutes till we are like pre-stream meeting at 6:30 because we're starting at 7, obviously, because Philosopher King starts at 7, the Saturday starts at 7, so I got off of work at 6, and I'm like, I got a little time. Nope. Stupid. So, what's up, boys?
What's up, homie?
dude, yeah, we were just talking about the moon looking like cheese.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on cheese moons?
Sounds tasty. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
man.
it's pretty funny how like I don't know if you guys saw, maybe this is what brought it up. Some of the footage from Artemis, it looks like totally ridiculous. The moon surface when they have like the Earth setting behind the curve of the moon. God,
Well, it's it's just absolutely absurd that the best footage we have comes from a fucking iPhone, in the fucking camera after it comes back. Like, no way. Fuck you.
Dude,
Like,
they're
I just
doing a
can't
great job
find
of red pilling people because, like, more people are waking up from the bullshit just on, like, seeing the awkwardness of the Artemis mission. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, something's not right. Keep looking.
Well, dude, I think I heard Ted say it. I don't know if he said it on stream or maybe he said it to me off stream. But what's funny is that that video of the girl where she's like trying to learn how to walk again. Like those other astronauts that got stuck in space for however many days it was. What was it? Hundreds. Like it was a
Right.
lot of days. They didn't have to fucking learn how to re-walk when they came back. Like what
Well-
is?
Did you see? I think it was Ted or maybe it was Brock. One of you guys fucking had the thing with the NASA logic. So they come back in the space suit, but they throw the $12 blanket on them so they don't go in the shock on the outside. Like just
Yeah.
Yeah. They're throwing blankets on it to keep it warm. Like, why the fuck do you need to keep warm in your spacesuit? You were just
right.
that makes
Well, and
zero sense.
it must. I mean, they must be, to your point, Templar. They must be trying to red pill people because with the ease with which, just with an AI
Or throw
prompt,
us
they could
off
make
somehow.
much more convincing material. Like I don't understand it. I mean,
So-
it must be intentional.
So before I was ever a flat earther, right? So I used to run a Fiat service location in Chicago in downtown, right off of Michigan Avenue,
A
right?
money exchange?
No, Fiat vehicle.
Oh, car
Right.
vehicles. Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
So while I'm there, I end up servicing for a customer their vehicle, and it finds out that when Elon Musk did his fucking Starlink thing, where they shot the fucking car into space and all that, okay,
Mhm.
he was the camera coordinator, the director on all that stuff, right? So like what camera gets cut to what and what's being seen where. But one of the interesting things that he had told me was something like above, I want to say like you need a license to show anything above, I want to say it's like 15,000 feet. It's regulated. You cannot just freely show it. You have to have a license for it. You have to have a license to be up high enough, etc. Like there were all these weird regulations and stuff. Back then, I didn't think a thing about it, because I didn't know shit. I just figured, yeah, okay, like maybe you can see like fucking military installations or something, So, but
Right. Interesting.
I'm pulling them up right now. I'm gonna see like what the regulations are because that's interesting to think about.
And the cool thing about that being said though is he just got the feeds that were delivered to him, right? So, and then he coordinated what went on so that, the viewer at home would see everything, the sequencing. So when I think about it, like he could be blind to so much too, because he's at the mercy of whatever signal is given to him. So if they send bullshit down the line, he's just sending, and he has no reason to, to think that would be bullshit.
I think all the elites know it's fine. Yeah. Elon included.
Oh, Elon, most definitely. That's why he took the field he did, right? Like Richard Branson, all these people. Didn't William Shatner say when he came back down after that little thing that he believed in the flat Earth? Isn't that accurate?
Maybe.
I remember hearing that somewhere. Yeah.
Well, that's another one to bring up that's interesting. Like you have to pass all kinds of tests, like physically, in order to be a candidate to even go to space. You're telling me William Shatner at his age is making the cut? Like, I mean, come on, dude. I just talked to his producer. He's 90 fucking years old, man, this William Shatner.
Yeah.
I mean, and it wasn't too many years ago that they tried to pull the space thing off. What was it? It can't be more than 10 years ago.
No, I think it was right around COVID when he went.
Yeah, I was going to say 5, but I wanted to be safe and say 10, But yeah, I mean, there's no way they're letting an 85-year-old man fly to space, dude. Like, I don't care who you are.
The technology is way better now, you see.
Okay.
We got the best technologies, the best.
Right.
And what the fuck is going on with Space Force? How come they're the only agency not flying to space right now?
Right. Well, not that we know of. I mean, obviously.
But, dude, so, we should probably maybe get into the topic tonight at some point. So we were going to talk about James Comey a little bit. And he was recently arrested for his, what I like to call shenanigans. Because, let's be honest, that's all it is shenanigans. Yeah. So, I'm not sure. I don't have. I probably should have prepared this, but does anybody know exactly what he was charged with? I don't have the exact charge that he was charged with, but
so he was charged for that tweet that he put out back in April of last year. I think it was
right.
He said 8647.
Right, which is but what is the charge?
Oh, the exact legal terminology.
Yeah, hold on. I'll get it for you right now. Let's see.
Because what he did was he put 8647 in seashells, or he probably just found a picture on the internet and reposted it because he was on vacation at the beach and thought it was cute, and I have no problem with him doing that. I really don't.
So directly from the indictment itself, the first violation is 18 USC 871, alleging that James Comey knowingly and willfully made a threat to take the life of and to inflict bodily harm upon the President of the United States. This charge alleges, and then the second one is also that Comey, in violation of 18 USC 875C, that he consciously disregarded a substantial risk that his communications would be viewed as threatening violence, and that he knowingly transmitted a communicating and an intent interstate commerce, for the threat. So,
I mean, it's just like, it's a fucked up thing, because if anybody that has ever worked in the service industry knows that there's the term, 86 fucking ranch or 86 ketchup or whatever the fuck, you ran out of this, or 86 also means to fire or dismiss, so, I mean, are we just wasting our own money with this bullshit?
Yes.
I mean, it depends on what happens. If he actually goes to jail, which is a big if. I don't believe it.
What is he going to be convicted of? What is he going to be convicted of exactly?
So here's the deal, right? If they would have originally charged him, right? Originally, when everything happened, maybe they would have had some kind of a
He didn't
snowball's
even say
chance in hell,
anything.
maybe,
He
right?
didn't say that. But the problem that I really have with it is that he never directly said,
Right.
you know,
And
and
that's
I
what
don't,
the
I mean,
court is
everybody,
going
I don't
to.
want to get flagged, but you know, but
Everybody understood what 8647 meant.
Sure.
It was a
Well,
kill.
but it also-
86 is a kill order.
it's also
they do
fire.
in the
It's also
military.
fire.
So, but
Yeah,
according
but
to
it
the
was
law,
clear what he was doing.
according
I
to the
don't
law,
know.
they're
Well-
going
well-
to have to focus and look to see one if it's the main thing is they have to look and verify that it's what's called a true threat. Okay, and two things make that a problem. One, the distance of time between now and then, right? So as
Right.
distance goes, the true threat meter goes away. So they've probably lost it on that. But the other thing is the law also says, you know, especially in circumstances like this, if there's a way to take the wording, so like in this case, 86, 7, 86 could mean to cancel, to get rid of, you know, so you could look beyond. It is not articulating enough, you know, it's not direct.
Beyond a
And
shadow of a
then-
doubt. Yeah.
And then he also allegedly, he didn't set up the sheets,
Right, and-
the
and-
shells.
And I think we can all agree that any court would agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think any court is going to look at that and say, well, there's no clear evidence of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's not enough there to convict it. So isn't it just a waste of money and time? But I have a clip I brought here of Joe Rogan talking about it. So, let me bring it up here.
That whole Epstein thing is so crazy that no
It's-
one's gone to
it's-
jail for
it's
that.
pretty surprising that they're
Here's
still not
what's
releasing
crazy.
it.
Here's what's crazy. No arrests. No one's like being brought in. Meanwhile, Comey is getting arrested for a photo of seashells
Yes,
that say
yes.
8647.
He's getting arrested for that?
Yeah,
What's
he's getting
86?
charged.
What's 8647?
86, get rid of. President 47.
But you could say kill. But 86 is, if you get fired, what happened to Mike? He got 86th.
Right.
It doesn't mean you got killed. But this is a crazy thing to arrest someone for.
Of course.
FBI arrested in Virginia. Appears briefly in court.
Well, they already
Social-
had it out for him.
I know,
They're just
but
looking for any
that's
excuse.
This is
Yeah. Oh,
the
yeah.
problem
No,
with these guys
100%.
is it sets a crazy precedent.
Yeah,
for
they're like,
them
we'll-
to
we'll
do
jump-
that.
we'll jump up
That's
some
the
charges.
precedent. That's already, that's the worst. Like, that's crazy.
That whole Epstein thing is so crazy.
So, I mean, I think they're right. You know, it does set a crazy precedent. You know, like you can't threaten the president. I agree. That's a law and a rule, and it should be enforced. You know, but like, is it a direct threat? But see, I think the biggest hiccup for me is that as the former FBI director, he should know better.
But he has the same rights afforded as everybody else.
Right.
So whether he
Right.
shoulda, woulda, coulda is, you know, must he.
Right. I totally agree with that. But he should have had the bedside manner to know what he was projecting with that post. And he shouldn't have done that. You know, but that's
Isn't
just a
it-
matter of opinion because he's allowed to do it, you know?
Right.
Isn't it all that elected officials should be held to a higher standard because of the
I think
public
so.
eye that is on their tweets? So something that may be fine for me to tweet because I've got 2,000 followers and I have no public authority would not be okay for someone who has held a high political office who has millions of followers.
Why?
Because they represent an authority. There's a responsibility that comes with the authority
In
that they
office.
have.
In office. If I go and I serve the public in office, right? I'm accountable to the public while I'm in office. And I
That's
should
fair.
be representing the public. But when I remove myself from public office, I'm unchained from anybody to articulate and express myself in the manner that I view things. You know what I mean? So
That's
I
a fair
don't
point.
think you could chain somebody down to something because they
Yeah, because there's when you're sitting in the seat of that office, there's the responsibility. You're speaking on behalf of the chair that
right.
you're
So
sitting
you
in, so to
you are
speak.
chained. You asked to be chained to represent the
Mhm.
people at that point. So you know, like your priority should be them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Is it
Well,
like, even though like these officials should be held to a higher standard, like I think we both or all three of us agree on that they definitely should be held to a higher standard. But like, is this enough to charge him with
no,
threatening to kill a president?
no, this is passive handiwork. Okay,
Right.
we're coming up on midterms, right? We want to make it seem like accountability is taking place. If you want accountability, if you want part 2 where we get to really clean everything up, make sure you vote who we need you to vote for, right? Because now we're doing it, guys. So just, pinky swear, walk us through with it. And then, but the problem is the court's going to look at this, and any attorney is going to look at this and say, yeah, there's no leg for this to really go forward. Not in the way it was done, and not with the facts that are presented the way they are, and not with the distance and time. So if the Secret Service already said there's no true threat, then how are you going to come back on it? I don't see it happening.
Also, like when I saw the headline, he was arrested, I was like, oh, this could be good. But then when you read the count, it's like BS, because what he should be is seditious conspiracy for in his involvement in the Russia hoax and all this other stuff. But none of that is being touched. Why? It's like, what are we doing here?
It's all a hand game. Like the Southern Poverty Law Center, right? Everybody knows they just got sued for like financing, the shit that they were saying that they weren't going to go with. But what nobody talks about is the fact that it's only the company, right? The corporation that is indicted. They did not indict a single member of the board, not a CEO, nothing like that. Not a person, not a human, right? Which they could have, but they haven't. So all of that is also a spectacle. You know what I mean? That's to show like, hey, something's taking place, except it's really not. It's an attention thing, and that's why they play those kind of shell games, and then people think more is taking place than what actually is.
So you think this is a midterm propaganda play?
Yes, absolutely. And I think we'll see more things like it, because a lot of people were getting turned off and pissed off. Where the fuck's the accountability that I ordered? I ordered accountability.
Yeah.
We're 2 years in. Where the fuck's my accountability?
That's the same logic as to why I'm fairly convinced that within a month, not much longer, maybe a little longer, but it can't go much longer than that, the Iran conflict is going to be resolved one way or another, and there's going to be flowing through the media waves how there's new peace in the Middle East. The Iranian people have their freedom and they're happier than ever, and Trump daddy did this great thing by intervening without getting us entrenched in a year-long, decade-long war, and it's going to, everyone who are right now, the support he's losing is all going to come back full steam, and they're going to gain seats in the House. To that, have you seen to that point though about gaining seats in the House and the Senate? Have you guys seen the result of that Supreme Court case and the gerrymandering? Reversal.
Yeah.
That's going to be huge,
right? And
talk about a red wave.
Yeah, but here's the problem, dude. I have an issue with gerrymandering either way, red or blue, right? Because the way they fucking carve up districts and shit to be like, okay, this is our chunk of people and shit. Like it's meant to like fuck you over as the citizen and just empower them. So, like, yeah,
It's one of the only ways that the Democrats have stayed even relevant in Congress.
Yeah, they're pros
and I think, once it goes back to like actually how the districts should have been drawn this whole time, then I think we're going to see how much more red this country is than we thought.
Hope so. But on the other point, go ahead.
I was just going to say, almost everybody I knew when I lived in California, and I lived in Northern and Southern California at different periods, almost everybody I knew was Republican. Now, part of that is the circles I walk in, fine, but still.
I want to bring up this Q post real quick because, Jonah, you're my local Q expert. So, I mean, what do you think about this post? C before D. Is this Comey arrest? Is this the C before the D for D class? Like this Q post here says.
I know, but where is the IG report?
Well, this is based off of the Horowitz report, right?
Right, right. But like, I guess so. My point is like, okay, Comey before D class. Okay, fine. So what's? I mean, it's possible we could see more. I mean, to Templar's point, to get that momentum of the hopium of everybody who wants to see arrests, who put him in office a second time for that, first time for that, frankly. So I mean, yeah, I think. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the queue boards that is starting to come true, even with like really strange deltas. Even the whole Iran thing lines up really great with some of the deltas there as well. So I don't know, it's wild.
Did you guys there's a thing I want to say like maybe 2017. I don't know, you could Google it. It had to do with an Iran scientist and who made basically like a machine that allowed them to see into the future, right? And this got released.
I've heard of this.
In the press, right? It was ABC, NBC over here, all reported on it. And then it caught people's interest, so they started asking, and then they were like, "Well, actually," and the thing is, it was a patent, right? And you have to submit the patent to the government, and it was one of the guys who worked in the thing. But anyways, I find that interesting because right around that time, there was also some other very interesting, like Montauk type shit going on in the U.S. And with everything going on, sometimes I just feel like, they can look in the future, bro. Something's going on. Something is different. Something is not the way it used to be. They can simulate. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I think they can look in the future, dude. I think the Chronovision.
Do you think that's Project Looking Glass, or do you think they have something else? Or
no, I think Project Looking Glass, Project Montauk, all those things. I think that's all a part of the same thing, the same concepts, the same technologies. The stories are very similar. A lot of same people. John Trump, by the way, is all over that shit back in the day when you get into
he got
things.
Tesla files. He got the Tesla files.
And that, we talked about that too. So yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm also of the opinion that they can't actually see the future. I think they can get a pretty accurate prediction of the future, especially when they
just
control
based on
so many.
data?
They can control so many levers. I mean, because like occultists have been foretelling the future, because the demonic forces are so intelligent that they know a lot of variables that we can't see, and so they can much more accurately predict a future event or a coming event based on they might know that we have cancer cells, and you're going to die in 3 years from cancer or whatever, right? Like fortune telling stuff, right? You're going to get very sick very soon or whatever. Like, so I think there's an element of that I think through demonic powers and that augmented intelligence, which may be available to a lot of us through AI soon.
Yeah,
that kind of foreknowledge, I think, is possible from that standpoint.
Right on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see like what happens with AI and all of that. Like.
Well, have you guys looked into 6G? 6G is gonna fuck you up.
Oh yeah.
6G is the fucking mark of the beast. Like, if it wasn't before, it sure is now. Like the signal itself, right? It is a self-aware, and the AI is built into the signal itself, right? For 6G, like.
And it can see into your body, into your organs and everything, yeah.
It's everywhere. It's omnipresent. They're going to be using everything on Earth and satellites or satelloons to saturate the signal everywhere. The only way you can't get saturated by the signal is underwater. Which, by the way, guess what China's doing? They're building a military base like a whole bunch of miles under the ocean. Because people know that now as 6G comes out, there will be no secrets left available on the surface, right? So they're going to have to start hiding in the water to get away from the signals, which is interesting.
That is interesting. Shit.
Yeah, I'm looking up Project Artichoke right now. We live in 1984. I've never seen that before. Yeah. Operation Artichoke was a project developed and enacted by the United States CIA for the purpose of researching methods of interrogation. It was succeeded by Project MK Ultra, which began in '53. Initially known as Project Bluebird, Project Artichoke officially arose in 1951. The primary goal was to determine whether a person could be involuntarily made to perform an act of attempted assassination. Huh. Interesting.
So it's similar to like a Manchurian Candidate, I guess, is where maybe that comes from or something.
It sounds
Yeah.
like it. Cassiopeia, this is interesting. So I heard an interesting conspiracy theory that I haven't had time to look into because it was from somebody at work today. They were saying, you know what my theory is? And I had never told this person that I was into like conspiracy theories, so I thought I got such a kick out of the fact that they just felt like they wanted to tell me this. But the idea is that peptides are it's like this natural way of like either restoring your T level or your hormone levels or burning fat or whatever. And it's all the rage everywhere right now. And his theory is that for all the people who sidestepped the vax, they're getting them to take the peptides, which have the same mRNA technology hidden in them, which is an interesting take. So I don't know.
And I would believe that because I also know they're saturating it in like the foods and shit like that, which you don't even know what your dose is at that point, right? If you're vaccinating the animals and the poultry and all that, and you're just ingesting it, that just shows that all they care about is you get this shit in you. They don't care how much you get, as long as you get it in you.
It's a software interface, remember?
Yeah. And by the way, you know the whole 6-7 thing, right?
Okay.
They called it. Well, when you look at 6G, what is 6G? 6G is 6-7 because 7 is the G is the seventh letter in the alphabet, right? So
Clever.
and hold on, and what's important about that? So 3 and 4 and 6 and 7 they're the 2 points in advancement where you actually have to take an effort. You have to make an effort to transcend to the next step. So from a 3 to the 4, you know, the Trinity to the stabling of the 4th. The 6th, right? It takes an effort to get to those points.
Damn, Templar, I'm impressed. I didn't know you were so in tune with today, you know, and the terms today. Like I'm impressed.
It's interesting when you say Templar because didn't Tesla, to bring it full circle back to Trump's Uncle John, but didn't Tesla say that 369 hold the keys to the universe? And what are we doing when we move from 3 to 4? We're restarting the cycle. What are we doing when we move to 6 to 7? Restarting the cycle.
Dude, there's this really small account on X. His name is Sherlock Homeless. Okay?
I love it.
I like it.
But he has the whole 369 thing completely broken down. And I mean, I'm sold. I hear a lot of people talk like 369, like they know what the fuck they're talking about, like they regurgitate, you know? But like this guy's like explaining how it works and why it works. I'm just like, and when you look at it, it's like, man, that makes a lot of sense. And then he's got some other shit that he did with like the sun and whatnot. But anyways, he's a real small account, but his shit is just brilliant. I don't see anyone else that has anything like that. So just Sherlock Homeless, I love your shit, dude.
I love it. Yeah, I'm trying to find
I
him
love
right
the name
now.
too.
I want to remind everybody, go ahead and put hashtag phone booth in the comments to steer the conversation. Put it in. We'll do a spin, a giveaway to steer the topic here in the second hour. So put hashtag phone booth in. Also, Templar, we're going to be doing something different tonight. Dude, you want to tell the people about it? I'm pulling up the flyer. So if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, so absolutely. So given the fact that X has been on like a censorship tirade, right? And the fact that people don't feel like they're able to be heard, we thought it was a really good idea to try to give everybody a platform. So what we're going to do is we're going to start hosting these X Town Halls. And here's how it works. We're going to throw the link down in the comment section. And you're just going to go and you're going to click it. You're going to come up. You could just turn on your mic. You can turn on your mic, have your face there, and you can talk about whatever you want. You wanna promote your account? Great. Do you have like a cause, right? There's something important to you that you want to communicate with people? This is it. You know, if there's something that you want to say and you want to feel like it's getting out, that you're not just talking or screaming to a wall, this is our way of trying to give you that opportunity, right? So as long as you don't just come here and say the same word like fly, 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 Nobody wants to hear that shit. You know what I mean? But if you're coming up here, and like you're saying something, showing something, whatever, that's your moment, dude. You get your time. And of course, if it's super interesting, maybe one of us will be like, hey, dude, you want to be a guest on one of the podcasts or something, right? So it also helps us out, but it gives you the ability to say what you want, and get your word out. You can't threaten anyone. You can't do anything illegal, but the floor is fucking yours, like whatever you want to do. It's our way of trying to give back to you guys so that you can have a voice too.
I love it.
Yeah, it's exciting, and dude, there is so much suppression, on all of the social media. It's not even just X, like it's really bad, I mean, dude, Ted, I can't. It's amazing how much Ted is suppressed. Like it's just
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like I see, how much like they hold him back. I'm just like, motherfucker.
Well, do you know
brutal.
why? So I'll tell you why. So the problem is, and you'll notice this with a lot of the really big accounts, is they tend not to communicate a lot with the non-blue check marks or with the real small accounts because you get essentially X cred, right? Like based on who you interact with, that's how you get your internet aids, right? And you either get sicker or better based on who you interact with. So when you interact with accounts that aren't always blue check marks or don't have thousands upon thousands, X is like, oh, this person is a potential risk. So they start silencing your voice. So it's a fact that because he just interacts openly just with the community, he gets penalized for it. But at the same point, it wouldn't be Ted if he didn't just interact with the community. So
I think you just
take your lumps and go.
I think you just told me that Ted gave me internet aids.
He could have.
Allegedly.
But,
Allegedly.
Yeah, you get it from just different people, right? Like, if you interact with an account that's always, like, belligerent and all, like, fuck you or whatever, right? Like, and you're interacting and communicating with them, X attaches that to your reputation. So based on how much communication you have with different accounts, they guilt by association, I guess.
I have a question about that. And I think you'll appreciate this too, Jonah. Okay, so like the last, I don't know, probably 9 months or so. X fucks with the algorithm all the time. They change things up and they throttle us and they shadow ban us and they do all of these things to us. Whenever it's really bad, I can tell because my feed only becomes like Nazi like promo stuff and like racist content. But I'm like, that's not in my feed any other time. Why are they feeding those two things to me?
Right.
That's crazy to me because it's not like I'm searching that or communicating with those type of accounts.
Right. So there's no reason that should show up in my feed. I'm not searching for it. I'm not engaging with it. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. But they'll just put it in like your For You feed or something, and it'll be like the same shit populating.
Dude, and it's like every post. It's not like it's just one here, one there. It's every fucking post. And it's easy to tell. You could tell when your feed is off.
How often, though, have you shared, just for comedic value, like a post that is racist or something like that to a WhatsApp chat privately? You know what I'm saying? Because X would pick up on that.
That's interesting.
So are you saying if I shared like a racist meme or something through WhatsApp, X would pick up on it? Is that what you're saying?
If you took it from X and shared it outside of X, it would pick up.
The only reason I would ever be seeing it from X is because of this shit that I'm talking about. Like I don't. I mean, I just don't. I mean, to answer your question, I don't do that. So why? I just don't understand why my feed goes so hogwire. Is that a word? Hogwire.
Yeah, haywire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's also because I find racial humor hilarious, and I think people need to be less uptight about it. But like, if I share something that you click on, or if Ted or one of the other guys shares something that you click on just to see what we're laughing at, that would get registered as as part of what you look at, even though you've never searched for it or whatever. So
Sure.
it could be
sure.
our fault.
No. I mean, it's totally, and it's just totally random when it does it too. You can tell, and it's usually after I have some kind of post that will do good, be it a video or maybe even a live stream. Like it's something right before it where then it just goes fucking ballistic.
You know what's interesting though, which may be what's going on, is they have associated conservatives with certain ideas. And we know that X and Grok uses X as a data farm. You have to imagine that it's also testing idea clusters, throwing it at people and seeing what sticks and what's clicked on, right? Like it's not just responding to what we click on, but they're actually leading us to see what. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But when you tie it together with like when Grok went fucking all anti-Semitic, it makes you wonder what's going on over there at X.
So if you haven't realized, like every chat bot that they've released to the internet, okay? Doesn't matter if it's an AI, a chat bot, whatever. That thing will go like nuclearly racist in like a matter of days, right? Like I think @Jeeves or some shit had a chatbot that they released and then they retracted it. Why? Is because
Perplexity.
it's going to whatever it gets hit with the most, the terminology, the communications, the subject. That's the shit it's going to be throwing back. So if people like go, that's how you get like, I don't know, a Hitler robot or whatever, because people just push it to the edge. Bro,
Yeah, Adolf Grok.
Yeah.
I have a funny video here real quick of Roger Stone celebrating the arrest of James Comey. Check this out. It's short. Is he an alien?
Not bad for an old man, dude. Not bad for an old man.
And who said white men can't dance?
Oh man, dude, he's an alien for sure. Like I think he's from some other dimension or something. There's something off about this man.
Do you ever see him go off on Laura Loomer? Like this guy shits on Laura Loomer daily. Ratio the hell
I like
out
that
of it.
about him.
Yeah, Roger Moore. I'm just like, what? But anyways.
I was going to say, on a slightly different topic, but going back to the numerology and the symbolism that they love to use, and also it's indirectly connected to this Comey stuff. But did you guys see who won the Kentucky Derby?
Mm-mm.
I forget the name.
Who was it?
Golden Tempo.
Okay,
Did you see who finished second place?
No.
Renegade. Renegade is the code word for President Obama. And Golden Tempo, obviously Trump is the golden one, right? It's everything about him is gold. And tempo sounds like Trump, but also timing, like it's time for gold to beat. And here's an interesting thing too. Trump is 45 and 47, which added together are 9/11, right? So he's the 9/11 president. Golden Tempo started in post 19, and Renegade was in gate 1. So together, it's 9/11.
Right.
It's interesting.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
There was also I forget who it was. It might have been the Kentucky Derby organization themselves that tweeted out the winner the night before or something. They tweeted something earlier. I saw something where they tweeted out the name of the winner ahead of time.
Yeah, well, it's interesting too because one of the odds quoted on Golden Tempo winning was $11.90. So there's another 9/11. So I don't know, guys. I don't know, boys. Maybe the storm is here.
I'll tell you what, man. As you are well aware of, I am the co-host of another amazing podcast called The Pick Is In. And on this podcast, we talk about sports. And conspiracy in sports, and I have a lot of good content to bring this week because, I mean, dude, there's so many things that happened just this past week. Like when you start looking at the numerology of everything, and I mean, it's wild.
Yeah. Well, the whole game is a numerology game, right? Baseball's a numerology game. Football is a numerology game. Basketball is a numerology game, right? Like the symbol of Saturn is literally on the floor, right? And so like it's drawn on the court for you, right? The arch, like it's all numerology. And then what they do is it's the parabolic curves and the movement. If you think of the court as a chart, right? Think about the parabolic arches and then chart those along the way. And what you need to chart with that is the numbers on each end of those. And that's the shit that matters to them. And then that's kind of the data that they collect.
Yeah.
Shit.
Look at dude Templar. If you look on the screen, you posted something about baseball today, and it reminded me of this post. Have you seen this one?
No, but it makes sense.
Yeah. You said something about it's like the same measurements as a football field or something. What did you say?
Yeah, so when you run the square on a baseball field, so when you go to first, second, third, and come back to home, you will have transversed 120 yards, which is the equal to a whole football field with both of the end zones, right? So it's the same math. It just they fold the geometry, right, and the way they lay it out for you. And then the other interesting thing there, because baseball is it is a Masonic game, right? That's the whole purpose. From the pitcher is releasing the essence and whatnot to the batter, right? And it's in that moment that the batter has the opportunity to transcend, right? Or he'll succumb, right? And then the colors being white and like this is all, like the real shit when you go into look in the history of it. But yeah, there's all dude, okay, a 3-inch birch piece of wood, birch baseball bat will weigh 33 ounces, right? The longest game ever for professional baseball, right? Professional, not the NBA Major League Baseball, but professional, is 33 innings and a third. Okay? Like, I mean, it just keeps going.
Wow.
And it's the most Masonic 33 thing that's going to go. And, like the whole breakdown of the measurements is just continues to get wild, Like, it's a ritual to them. It's a game to you. They call the people on the benches, those are the profound, or the profane, right? The profane, it says, can watch and they can engage from the sides, right? Like, that's what your duty is to do, like as the profane coming through. But you're not the enlightened. Most of the players aren't even the enlightened at this point, but they do have a select few.
Well, do you think like these players are a part of it, or only some of them are, and they're just
some of them, yeah. Like Shaq and these guys, you know what I mean? They know it. A Shaq, a LeBron, any real big name is going to be somebody who is a made man essentially, right? Like a knower of the secrets, right? Like, and you'll probably find out they tend to be fucking Masons or whatever, straight up anyways. But they will belong to, some back end order, absolutely.
Right.
This interesting from Crams. Excuse me, Snoop.
Go ahead.
Tempo from Latin tempus, meaning age, is a golden age. Interesting catch there.
Golden age, nice.
Which made me think actually that the horse that finished third was Ocelli, which is from the word meaning eye. So almost a reference to the Great Awakening or the Enlightenment, where the eyes are opened as well. So who knows?
Nice.
I am just now posting the links for anybody that wants to join us and talk about your account being throttled or shadow banned or restricted. I just putting them on the episodes now, so you can click on the link and join us. So I'm gonna get them all here. Boom.
Yeah, dead game. This is another good point here. Nicotine is key. It's definitely like I started doing nicotine pouches probably 8 months ago, and I haven't gotten sick since.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Like I just don't get
Um,
sick anymore.
I
do you
quit
get?
smoking and I still chew nicotine gum occasionally, specifically for the medical benefits of
Yeah.
the nicotine.
Yeah.
Do you get like that like sometimes like that lethargic feeling that you get from smoking or like a like a cigarette, like where you're just kind of like it takes it out of you, or is it just kind of like you know
No, I just feel sharp.
yeah? Hmm. I don't know. I might have to start doing nicotine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a natural nootropic.
Well, and what I found too is this is not advertising. I'm not recommending anybody do your own research. But Zemo, they're like the most pure in terms of there's very little nanoparticles or chemicals in the pouch. There's very few artificial there's no artificial flavors, artificial ingredients at all. It's just the nicotine and some all natural flavors. So I mean, it's pretty good. I did a lot of research on which was the healthiest to buy because they're going to put additives and crap in a lot of them. So, but
Yeah.
it's good.
They just destroy everything on the market today. They just want to attack us from every angle,
Dude.
That's changing though under Maha. That's changing now. You can actually get potato chips in the grocery store that are made with avocado oil, salt, and potato, and that's it. So like it's actually starting to turn around where you don't have like a whole cocktail of chemicals and crap in the food. So it is
I
looking
like
up
this.
a little bit.
Yeah, just in time for that lab-grown meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're interested, for you folks out watching, if you're interested in nicotine and learning more about it, Dr. Ardis, Ardis, has done a ton of great research, has great interviews on it. I mean, he's been prescribing quote unquote nicotine to his patients for decades, and I mean it's mind blowing. People who were on nicotine in one shape or another, form or another, never got COVID. So
Uh,
allegedly.
Bill S. Preston Esquire says Secret Service just shot someone outside the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
White
not
House was
good.
on lockdown about an hour, 2 hours ago.
Oh man, is this is the Trump administration hurting for attention right now? Is that why these things are happening? I mean, the whole thing at the correspondence dinner last week, just like even that sounds staged to me. Like, is it what's going on now? There's another one all of a sudden. Like, in order for them to get that close, there's no way that there wouldn't be inside fucking people in on it. Like
It worked for Trump to get reelected with the fake Butler shooting. So why not try it
Yeah.
again since his
Yeah.
popularity is waning because of Iran?
Yeah, my guess is, especially coming so close on this fucking dinner thing or whatever, like there's an angle in this outside of the ballroom, like they're gonna start coming for guns or something. I don't know what the fuck it is. The shoe hasn't dropped, but I mean, come on, dude. When is this normal ever? None of it smells right.
yeah.
I just put it in the chat for you there, Mama 8595. It's Ardis, Ardis, Dr. Ardis.
Dude, Mama's another one I think from Australia, dude. Like we get a lot of Australian views. Shout out to all our Australian followers and friends. Like it's awesome.
Yeah, it must be really difficult to live there with the blood flowing to your head all the time. Being
At least
upside down,
they're trying to kill him. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if they really are or if it's staged. I don't know. I don't. They make it so hard to tell anymore. I mean, I just don't think that they could get close enough to try to kill him. I want to believe that our Secret Service is strong enough to prevent that, especially indoors. Outdoors, in Butler's a different story. I think when it's indoors like that, it's a little tougher. Like, that's a security failure.
part of me thinks that if they wanted him dead, he'd be dead already.
That's also true. That's like the other angle of it. If they really, really wanted him, sure, he'd be gone already.
See,
I
and that's
mean,
the other thing. I think government likes to pretend sometimes that it's incompetent. So people are like, oh, it's just the government being fucking retarded. But I don't think the government is incompetent at all. I think that they show that they can be incredibly devious and meticulous and focused, right? And people should always think about them with those capabilities. As soon as they think like, oh, like there's nothing with this, bam. I think that's when you get hit.
Yeah. Cassiopeia says I've had about enough of store-bought meat because I'm afraid they don't label the meat correctly, and I eat that. Once we have
well,
another
it's
freezer, I want to
true.
get some livestock and raise it and call a mobile butcher. You can also do, like, if you live anywhere near the country, like I know some local hunters or local cattle raisers. Like, you don't even have to raise the cattle yourself. When they slaughter a cow, then they'll sell you a quarter cow easy. So there's a lot of other ways to do it. You don't have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up is like when it comes to stores like that, stores aren't even the stores are the ones putting the dates on it. It's not like the butcher is the one putting the dates on it. So who
Right.
knows how old that meat really is because the store is the one putting the dates on it. And then you think like places like Costco, they're just using the same meat distributors. Like Cisco is the basic meat distributor. So like even if I think I'm going to a local butcher at my local Costco, no, I'm not getting a local cut of meat.
Right.
You know?
And it's getting a chemical bath right there with the butcher too.
Yes.
When it goes through the little thing when they add the food dye, unless they like cut it directly there like a Piggly Wiggly, where they put the shit through. But even that gets like fucked with. All of our meat comes from overseas. Most of our beef isn't sold to the US from the US. So we're getting like bullshit cattle from like fucking China or wherever where they can fucking feed whatever, and then we send our shit.
Well,
I don't know. It's a bad system.
I heard somebody else say if you think about how many hamburgers are sold in fast food, even just from McDonald's as an example, there's no way that there's enough cattle in the country.
That's because they got all the processed filler.
They have to be lab growing meat. I mean, at this point, I don't know. Maybe that's a little crazy, but there's got to be something going on.
Soylent Grain, some shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it sucks.
Dude,
it sucks.
Okay, you saw like how they take dead people and like fucking liquefy them and then put them back in the soil and they goes into the water table.
One thing to remember, like, it's important to try to eat healthy, but not to like OCD over it because there's no way to avoid toxins. The fact that so many people are actually alive and fairly healthy with the incredible amount of toxins that we all take in is really a testament to the strength and the power of the human immune system and our body's ability to filter out toxins. So like if you're just doing your best to eat healthy and trying to get healthy sourced meats, you're going to be fine. Like it's not that big of a deal. Like it's important to be intentional about it, but not to like stress out and get all OCD and anal about it where you don't have any peace, you can't sleep, you're always, going crazy and driving everyone else in your life crazy. Like, no, enjoy life. This, like do your best, but leave the rest to God. Like there's so much shit in our entire surroundings and ambiance, and the soil is all fluoride and hormones from the birth control, and I mean you name it. There's an incredible amount of crap. So I want to encourage people to like not get so overwhelmed.
I think a nutritionist would probably be mad at me for saying that carbs are probably the least of your problems.
Right?
Dude, I'm excited, man. We got a pop-in guest here. What's up, Orwellian?
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man? Welcome.
What's up, buddy?
Good, man. Fucking bridge season's in full swing, so I've been busy as shit. But
There
I
you
saw
go.
Templar's flyer post for this, and I think it's a pretty amazing idea. So I was kind of gonna wait and see if anybody popped in because you guys know I fucking like to talk. But yeah, I think honestly, I think the way that Templar laid it out is a pretty sweet idea. Just with regards to really anything anybody wants to say, but Yeah, the censorship thing, the algorithm, it's difficult to play. It's definitely my account, the one that I'm currently on X on right now, is over 10 years old. I've got like 3,000 followers, so messing with people like Ted got me suppressed. I'm sure messing with people like you got me suppressed. Being adept at pattern recognition has got me suppressed. Then interacting with those accounts got me Twitter aids and algorithm aids, and also got me suppressed. So, yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm yelling into the vacuum, but I'm not going to quit doing that.
You can't have pressure without a container, Orwellian.
Huh? Yeah. You're gonna need. My favorite meme is the Hank Hill one. He's like, I'll sell you this propane, but you're gonna need a container. No thanks, gravity's my container.
I love it. You know, you make a good point there, William. But the way that I look at it is, if one person has a little bit more of a window into truth and starts to question things and they see things more clearly, even if just one person through my interaction, then it's a win. It would hopefully it would be more than that, but you know, we do what we can, you know.
Yeah, no, 100%. What else can you do? I mean, once people like us decide to journey down this road, and start diving down rabbit holes and like that, it's kind of hard to go the opposite direction. Actually, I don't know anybody that has.
Yep. And it's growing. I was telling these guys earlier on another podcast a few weeks ago, I think it was. Like of the four, there's been like 4 new people or strangers that I've met at restaurants or bars over the last couple weeks that I've brought up Flat Earth to, and out of the 4, 2 of them were already like full on Flat Earthers. They just don't talk about it. Right. So I think more and more people. Granted, I'm kind of out in the boonies, so you'd expect more of that, but it's kind of refreshing to see how many people are actually starting to think for themselves.
Right. No, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. To at least question it, right? Like, have the dialogue, right? Challenge the consensus.
Right. Yep. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? There's so many different things jockeying to influence us in life, especially in this digital age, right? And so you see things like, Pam Bondi's excellent performance. We'll just touch on that for a second. And Trump's response. We need to move on from Epstein. Excuse me?
I was at 50,000. Okay.
So we need to do what? To Templar's point again, I want the frickin' accountability that I voted for. Where the fuck is the accountability? What's up, Bill? So, I mean, I guess that's kind of where I land with that, man, is like we're being poked and prodded in different directions, and I think we have a responsibility to point that type of shit out. Like, I'm not moving on from Epstein. Epstein is an exposed thread, right? And if that thread's pulled on hard enough, it unravels an entire tapestry of lies. It exposes a man behind the curtain, and that's what we need to be talking about. And Pam Bondi's got the balls to tell me, and Trump has the balls to tell me, oh, you need to move on from Epstein. I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do that.
But Orwellian, they just arrested James Comey. Isn't that enough?
No, it's political theater. And I think it's... I think it may be, the beta test for normalizing political arrests.
Beta
happening on the from another team, so everybody gets real tribal. And I play for the red team, I play for the blue team, and it's throwing red meat to boomers. It reminds me of my grandma, rest her soul. She loved wrestling, and I grew up watching wrestling with her. She knew that it was fake, but she picked a team, and she rooted for him vehemently, and she treated politics the same way. So a lot of boomers are kind of wired that way. Comey, that's just throwing red meat to the people who already have one foot in the grave already and don't really have skin in the game anymore. And it's not me shitting on, boomers as a whole, but you got grifters like Cat Turd, and that's his audience. Right? So we need to pay attention to shit like that.
How dare you? Dude, I tried to like that guy, man. Like when I first joined Twitter, I tried to like him, and then it just like I could see the fakeness pretty quick. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of them out there too that are the same. He's just one of them.
Yeah, I never fucked with him, dude, because like you said, you could just see everything about him was fake, and his content's not even intriguing. That's for me. I'm sure if you're a boomer, whatever, maybe not, I don't know, but fucking Cat Turd is He calls
you can
his
tell
fans
that-
litter mates. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. You can tell when somebody has no principles, right? They don't really stand on anything or stand for anything. One of the things in our community that we pride ourselves on is being able to adjust your position when presented with different information, right? So if you filter that through the political lens that Cat Turd operates in, Trump is fucking up on all fronts right now. Really is. And I voted for him twice, right? So if this is a Trump guy, right, he should have enough humility in him as somebody who is influencing other people to be like, you know what, I might want to adjust my position on this. I'm still supporting the man, but I don't agree with this. You'll never get that from him. You'll never get that from anybody that starts a tweet with boom or,
Right.
You know what I mean? So it should be pretty easy for people to spot that. And, you know, obviously we can see it from a mile away, but there is a group of people that, you know, they see that kind of like my grandmother would, and she'd be like, hell yeah, boom. Get him, Trump. You know what I mean? And you need to replace the tennis balls on those walkers with racket balls or something. You know what I mean?
Can I speak to that, by the way? Because that fills in on something. So are you guys familiar with, like, Carl Jung?
Ted's
What's
here,
up, Ted?
too. Look at that.
Ted's in the house.
So Carl Jung talks a lot about, like, the way people think and whatnot, right? And one of the things that he talks about in one of his journals is that, like, some people are incapable of what's considered, like, original thought, right? So that means that they can only articulate concepts that have come from somebody else, right? They can't create, or they can't dissect something and they can't expand upon it, right? They're just like, you tell them black and white, blah, 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 and they're on that, right? So the people, the boomers, etc., that's why that boom works, because it engages that part, and they just go into autopilot. Everything about the people is an autopilot function. They learn the autopilot function in school, you know, and then employment, right, with your employers, and, you know, corporate indoctrination comes in, and it's just, you know, it's the...
I think it's even worse
apply
on,
that
like,
line.
Facebook. I think Facebook is even worse, you know?
I don't know how you can even do Facebook, Snoop.
Yeah, dude, that's I guess kudos.
You know,
It's,
Hold on.
you know,
I
somebody's
gotta switch
gotta
the
be in
scene
those
for 1
trenches.
second and then switch it back. Hold on, bear with me, dude,
like
because
your
I can't see any of you. Now I can see.
All right. Hey, actually, we need to go to that other scene because we do need to do the topic. We got the hashtag phone booth. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Let's pick a winner. Let me just go to the scene here. Boom. We got 2 minutes. Get your hashtag phone booth in there. Ted, you look amazing
Yeah, the
tonight.
scene didn't change for me. That's cool. Thanks,
It
bro.
didn't?
That's the gayest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Got the red hat.
Best
and the
thing is
sunglasses on.
I can't see you guys at all because of these, because they're not prescription, so everything is just a big blur.
Oh, well then you can't see the fact that you look exactly like Snoop then.
So, dudes.
There he is.
That was quick.
Short-lived. It didn't sound very mainstream when I popped in.
Right?
Fuck. Y'all niggas can't read or something. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, don't make fun of me.
Also,
all right?
Snoop, did you took my Rumble off, so that's cool.
Yeah, dude, all the Rumble failed tonight. Oh, yeah, that's real cool. I know. Saw that.
All right. Checking.
I didn't take it off.
Well, it was up. It was up there when I was there before.
No, it just didn't make
When
it
I set
here.
this up, they were there. You took it off. I'll lie.
It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. Oh man, the life of podcasting. You know, there's just like always a little bit of technology issues. And I had a rough one today recording an interview. Man, this guy couldn't get his audio proper. Oh, it was brutal.
I sure hope either Bill or Orwellian win, since their names are in there. I wonder what they'll have to talk about.
No, we're gonna talk all about our Willie.
All right, let's spin the wheel here.
Do you even know how to spin, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Do you even sprint, bro?
If I could just find the song I'm supposed to play with it. It's not in here.
I got it, bro.
Oh, wait, there it is.
You fucking suck. Just kidding, Snoop. You're doing great, bro.
Yes, he's doing a great job.
Yes, he is.
Oh, come on. Come on.
I can't even read it.
Spin it again. We got to give this to somebody else.
I'm not doing the music again. Just let it spin while we talk.
Let her
I'm not doing all that. So that's just gay. Anyway, what were we talking about? It didn't. Did we talk about Comey yet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. We talked about Comey. What you got to say about Comey?
Yeah, what you got to say?
Nothing. I hope he rots in hell and someone pisses on his
Well,
grave.
that's a guarantee, bro.
But I mean, no, not him any more than anyone else who works for the government. That's pretty much just a generalized statement. I don't have anything against him personally. I don't know the dude, but yeah, burn in hell, piss on grave.
Dude, the best clip creator out there, Cram de la Cram. What's up, dude? What you want to talk about?
Cram.
You see how Snoop always takes those little shots. Don't worry, they're noted. They're
I
stored
haven't
in the
taken
back.
any
bro,
shots
don't
in this episode for the first time in a while.
They had Ted log that in the elephant.
I quit
memory.
cold turkey.
That's right.
Back there, bro.
The steel trap.
What you got, Cram?
Dude, Orwellian, man, you should
did we
start
talk
your
about
own
the gay Star Wars?
podcast.
Talk about that too.
I honestly thought that's why Ted was popping in. He was going to be like, all right, this dude's been talking too much. He needs his own podcast.
You should, man. It seems like, you have a lot to say and you can talk about it too, like you ever thought about it?
Yeah, we've been talking. I talked to Laz about it. I've talked to Ted about it. I've got ideas. For me, the issue's finding the time, especially with building bridges. I think Ted froze. Look at him.
No, that's just how he looks. He just stays that way.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I've gotten a little bit of advice on how to do it. It's not an equipment issue. I have everything I would need to actually do it. It's just being able to actually maintain a schedule would be important to me. It'd be important for audience retention and stuff like that. And I just don't know that I can commit to it if it's in kind of a prime time slot like we're doing now. I would have to push it out or do something on the weekends.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to Cram for making me have to type in cock rocket into my search.
I love it. Your FBI agent's scratching his chin right now.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. Does anybody know what the Blue Origin cock rocket landing is? What is
You've
that?
never seen the Blue Origin rocket? It looks like a giant dick.
It's a giant dick, and that's where they flew all the EGI
chicks,
inverted
right?
troons up to the stratosphere. They apparently went to space.
They're trying to penetrate the sky with a big cock.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to look it up then. I can save my algorithm over here.
Yeah, it's basically a big, giant white dick with.
All you have to do is type in Blue Origin.
Well, all of the fucking rockets look like dicks. I mean, remember what George Carlin said back in the day? He said all
when
of
you're
these
a hammer, everything looks like a nail, Snoop.
And it's always the obelisk and the rocket launches are also always right over the water. Also because you have it's the phallus for Osiris. And
you don't have to do the head gesture on camera.
You did the gesture.
Dude, they do that for safety. They can't be launching rockets all willy-nilly over populated areas, bro. Come on. God.
Obviously. Well, isn't it kind of funny how Cape Canaveral sounds very much like Carnival? Like it's just all a show,
Yeah.
Cape Canaveral?
Yeah.
I like it. Yep.
Carnival.
It is. It is a show.
And it's
I love
on
it.
Disney-owned land.
Yeah.
I actually just heard.
Dude, I've been there and I didn't even know that.
Yep. Disney owns like almost all of Central Florida.
Yeah.
Like the land on it.
I think it has your wrong mic
Fun fact.
selected, Bill, but just letting you know.
Is that why people say that that it's paradise, Florida? To all my audience out there.
Do people say that? Are people still saying that dirty lie?
Yeah,
Allegedly.
And enjoy your ticks, Florida.
Right. You guys can have
Listen, if it wasn't for the overpopulation, yes, Florida is where other people come to vacation, and they're always like, "You're so lucky, you get to live here year round." Like, not with you assholes here. We're not anymore. Now it's just fucking gridlocked. It sucks. Bill was down here a couple weeks ago. How much more fucking has it gotten?
Dude, that's funny. I was at the grocery the other day, and I said to the cashier, I said, "Man, isn't that nice? Like all the snowbirds have left. It's just like the normal old folks around here." Like, dude, it was like I mean, there was like nobody in the store. Like you could walk around. I was like, "Oh my god, but dude! I mean, it's brutal. You know, like this is snowbird central. You know."
Yeah, unfortunately, it's that. I mean, maybe it does get a little worse at some points, but it's like that year round because we're like, oh, we're finally through snowbird season. Then it's spring break.
Bike week!
Then we're finally through spring break. Then it's summer vacation. Then everyone's here. Then now it's starting to get cold up north, so people are coming down again. It's like, motherfucker.
So what's next week, Bohemian Grove or something? Is that everybody's going to that?
That's in August, bro.
August.
Is it in August?
Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove.
That's what I said.
I thought that's what he said. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was clarifying it for the audience.
Has my name had 2 poop emojis the whole time tonight? I just noticed that.
I was wondering if that was the thing.
Double deuces.
It is number 2. So now that it is 7:30 and Orwellian seems to be the one up here, Orwellian, tell everyone about your account and what you talk about. Just keep it civil, bro. Keep it civil.
Keep it civil.
Well, what I talk about? Oh my goodness! No, all right. So yeah, my account, about 10 years old. I kind of got into geopolitics. Started with geopolitical issues and stuff like that. Started to realize that there's a marionette and I'm the puppet. Started to make me pay attention to politics a little bit more. And from there, and again, Ted says this all the time, can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but Alex Jones put me onto a lot of things that I have to give him credit for, that I wouldn't have otherwise looked at all. Started going down rabbit holes and, 10 years later, actually it's been longer than that, probably 15, just 10 on Twitter, here I am. Talking about all kinds of crazy shit. Everything from the flat earth to, people with interesting hats and haircuts and just kind of noticing that there's a lot of similarities between the Wizard of Oz and the life we actually live. There is a man behind the curtain. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think it's one man?
No, I don't.
Like, do you think at the end there's one man?
That would be amazing if it was one. Just one. Because all we got to do is unite and take that one dude out at the knees. Man, that'd be so easy.
Just fuck him up.
I mean, I think...
Just fuck him up. Somebody kneecap him. Whoever did Tanya Harding, let's get that guy.
Somebody else grab. Does anybody know Jacob? Does anybody know Jacob, or did he just grab the link?
Yeah, no, I sent it to him.
Okay.
Can I give a prerequisite on this Jacob guy, by the way? Just want to let you know.
Of course.
Well, now.
Well, I mean.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Well, when it's time to bring him up.
Oh, no, he's right there. Go ahead.
Now
go ahead, yeah.
Okay.
Now is the time, bro.
So Jacob showed up in my box, right? Like 3.
That's weird.
Came in, like, yeah. I got some cool things. Anyways.
Ed Gein vibes.
Hold on. You're not on stage yet. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're going to give Templars a minute. Yeah, you guys can't. I don't know if you guys can hear when people are talking backstage. The people who aren't in the. Okay.
So he showed up in my box and he was telling me some stuff last night, and it sounded like he just wanted me to like do an interview or something with him. So I figured this was a perfect thing. So I sent him the link and told him, he could come up and share his message with whoever because it's a perfect time for it tonight. So that's where he's at. I don't really know what we're gonna hear, but I believe it's gonna be interesting.
I do too. But I just want to point out, that you had the opportunity to choose different wording of "he showed up in my box" and you still went with it the second time.
The second time,
I
yes.
just want to
Embraced
make
it.
sure that's known.
What's in the box? Come on, man. What's in the fucking box?
All right.
Jacob Eccles is in Templar's box.
All right, let's bring this person up and see what they have to say.
What's up, Jacob?
All right, am I on stage, ladies and gentlemen?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So
there's
I
no
want to
wait.
thank Templar because here's the simple fact. I might be a homosexual. This is true. But I am a traditional Catholic. I am a defender of the faith. We're talking Legionnaires of Christ, Opus Dei, schooling. So the simple fact of the matter is James O'Keefe, Lindsey Graham, Francisco Gonzalez, and many others have been running a operation where they violate the young men in this movement, and they do it again and again and again and create this atmosphere of absolute degeneracy. And I am sick of it. I have tried for 5 years behind the scenes, privately, to bring these people to heel. And we're talking about simple apologies, simple taped apologies. Yes, they're going to have to be taped. Yes, your ego will be checked. Yes, your Grifter Olympics will pause for one moment. And they've refused to do it. So now, Grifter Olympics Political Action Committee is live. And whether it's that trashy Ashley Cashley Sinclair, who's trying to act like a moralist right now, this creature, this succubus, I've paid for the Airbnbs. I've paid for the hotel rooms. And I've always done that because I thought, we're friends. We should stick together. And what does this demonic creature do? She always slithers her way in because I never allowed her into the hotel, into the Airbnb, because I knew she was a degenerate coke-whore, and I knew she was trying to baby trap people. But she slithers her way in. I have 16 signed and sworn affidavits of men in this movement, including people who you know very well that were manually manipulated, who were given a Mickey, and were, just absolutely abused. And look, guys, it's Jacob. It's the gay dude. So I've heard all the jokes. Oh, he's eating baby. Oh, he's boofing, adrenochrome. There's no shame. I've been in Republican politics since 2007, boys and girls. You do not have any power over me. And now I am upset. And I am here on behalf of the victims. So let's get down with the get down. People want to be big alpha males. That's great. Genderqueer, the pornography in schools. It wasn't any of these people who want to go out there and say, oh, I'm fighting for children. No. It was the homosexualists that you bullshit about behind the scenes and say, oh, he's pedophile. Well, no. I was the one who started the whole craze in 2021. I was the one who got that done. I was the one who Governor DeSantis praised for being brave and standing up. I was the one that the chairman of the RNC praised for that, Mr. Gruters. So now you have a crucial problem. The Grifter Olympics will end because I'm sick of seeing people, even like Brother Fuentes, who has called me 3 times in the past month, asking me to back off and stop calling him out. Well, you know what, Nick? I'll do a great impression here for you, brother. What have you done? I wore a hat for Donald Trump. I got made fun of for Donald Trump. I did this, and I'm only getting $287,000 from the SPLC. I'm only getting $1.2 million from Super Chat. I'm only going over to Italy and trying to meet with the Vatican Council and ride around in a side-by-side. What am I supposed to do? I've done everything for this movement. and then lecturing people and mewing and holding his chin like he's some fucking special person. Well, where are the children, Brother Fuentes, with all that money? Why aren't you repopulating the earth? I've got a son. He's 13 years old. So here's the rub, brothers and sisters. The moral faggotry and the mouth that keeps moving online, and then you pop out of the basement every now and again. The time is over. Who's the one who stopped Andrew Gillum, that Marxist, meth-addicted, gay orgy freak, from getting elected governor? Would that be Jacob? Yes, it would. When he tried to come back again in 2020 in Florida, on my birthday, actually, I get a little text message with the photo, and I had to expose it, and I did him the justice of blurring out his dangling participle, because for a black man, it was just really embarrassing. And so I did that. It wasn't Benny Grinder Johnson. Oh my God, Tim. Oh, Benny, the past 3 sasses. Benny has been upstairs in the hotel suite buttering boys, and his poor wife is down in the lobby. Milo, you degenerate faggot. You heard that from me. You are not straight. You are still degenerate. You are still riding big black members. That's what we'll call him. But there's a simple problem here, guys. I used to be somebody who could get on CNN, could get on InfoWars, could go to Daily Mail, could operate in all these circles. But now it only seems appropriate that people light their hair on fire and they say absolutely insane things. Well, now you guys have made your bed. I'm going to say things in an insane manner, but they're backed up and backstopped because you all have come to me for your drugs. You've all come to me for your degenerate sex parties, and I've tolerated it because saving this country and saving the state of Florida, I thought I'd put that aside and let you have your degeneracy, because if you operate on a level where 99% of you is doing good and 1% is bad, then you can make that peace with God when you go upstairs, or Satan when you go downstairs, and I'll make my peace the same way, in the same manner. But to sit there and see Ashery, Trashley, Kokor, Sinclair going, oh my God, are you ready to get ready with me? I was a MAGA influencer in the MAGA movement for like 10 years. Oh my God, it's so disgusting, right? So let me tell you about things that everybody already knows about influencer culture and MK Ultra operations and the degeneracy in politics left and right. But on the left and right, they praise her. This is Mother Teresa. This is, just this wonderful person, and she's so brave. She's
Are
so
you real quick? But I want to let you talk. I just want to know: are you real? No, you're good. Are you really who you're claiming to be? Because I'm pretty sure I know your name. If you're really who you're
I
claiming
looked him
to be.
up. He's all over the place.
Okay,
It's what
I just
we
wanted to
call
make sure.
all over the place. He's here. He's there. And look, when I went on Stu Peters, and Stu is a big fan of. I know he's a fan of Templar, but everyone else here, I'm just catching up, guys, because I was banned for 8 years on social media.
Shit.
So I've been sustaining, on my rainy day fund, and now we get to the point where the enemy, the horde, is at my castle. I'm down to 100 men. The rations are gone. But guess what, guys? I will fight to the last. You cannot take my reputation because you've taken that from me. I survived Mueller grand jury, didn't rat. I survived J6 grand jury, did not rat. I survived multiple other federal grand juries, and I did not rat. And to those who will say, well, that's because he's the ultimate rat. No, motherfucker. Moon Cricket, that's bullshit. Go talk to Enrique Dario about what
Can't
I'm
believe
doing.
that. It's console.
I mean, see, but I have to say these kind of things. I have to say these kind of things.
I used to say that when I was young, and I just can't believe it's still going around. That's all.
Well, I mean, they look up at the moon and they're singing the spirituals, and it's called, moon cricket. But, people don't know about that. So here's the ultimate fact. I got a text from Roger Stone, who was my mentor and who seems to have fallen into the Grifter Olympics himself. And that's okay.
Yeah.
He's old and he's got things to think about, like being old. So he's allowed a little agency on that. But when he texts me that the president, after hearing my segment where I said, Stu, my videographer was it was noxious. He was almost knocked out when he went over to do a project for Laura Loomer when I was out of town, and he said it almost knocked him out. This is when she opens her legs. It almost knocked him out, and he said I couldn't figure out if it was a grape event down there. Somebody might call it a Tyrannosaurus or, maybe the other word. And he couldn't find out if it was a micro penis or appendage. That's what I said. And Stu almost cut the program. And he said it was so disgusting that he didn't know if he could continue on. And then I went in and talked about the demonic phallus of Scott Pressler. And I had a priest in Lebanon. This is on my X that called in, and he gave a statement about the two demons that are possessing Scott Pressler, and they've inserted their demonic phallus in through the anal area, and they're puppeteering his mouth. This guy has grifted the entire movement. What election has he won? None. But the simple point here, ladies and gentlemen, is that Roger Stone let me know that the president, over the past 5 days, has been obsessed with, can he get infected by this grape event or this odor from Laura Loomer? Can he get sick from it? Or can he get sick from this phallus thing or whatever that Scott Pressler has? And Paula White, look at her crash out the past couple of days. Because on Stu Peters, I identified the fact that Paula White, you're from Central Florida, where I grew up. I've known you. And when David Janney of Orlando Presbyterian Church got busted raping the members, what did Paula White do? She didn't do anything. In fact, she did a lot more than not anything. She made sure he was secured and sent down to Africa to go on a mission to, give clean water or whatever.
Hey, Jacob, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sorry.
No, that's okay, buddy.
Do not be sorry for everything you just fucking laid out.
Yeah.
This is just awesome.
I'm just taking it in, bro. I'm just taking it in. All right, go ahead, Templar.
Yeah. Do you have like any text and stuff like this to like help support on some of these things?
Here's where everyone gets wrong about me.
Sure.
I'm very good at playing the Tyrion Lannister style drunken idiot. Oopsies, you guys made a poopsie. It's all documented. Texts, voice memos. In fact, Matt Gaetz has been haranguing me just before I came on this program, saying that I should not come on this program. Because, Matthew, you've made a big fucking mistake. All I have asked from these people who I paged for Matt. I paged for a lot of people who are now up in Congress, engaging in sexual Congress instead of doing the people's work. When I got back on Twitter, I said, guys, it's not about money. It's not about my face being everywhere, because, look, I'm not the most attractive person. There's lazy eye. We know that's going on. Who cares? But I said, I would just like some fucking decency from you people. And that comes in the form of a retweet or in the form of maybe getting interviewed about something. Who got back on X after 8 years and exposed the fact that USAID money went to Stanford Internet Observatory to fund the initial white paper and study that they published and put to the social media companies that led to the censorship and banning of all of us? Me. And it's not about me. That's what people don't fucking get. It's about the fact that Nick Shirley said, oh, Somali fraud points. And then, oh my God, I need $1 million, Elon. No, I only got $5 million. Grifter bitch. And then, he goes over to California and he's exposing all these things. He's exposing everything, apparently. He's so brave exposing everything. And what do we see? We see him go on Sean Ryan. And he's like, well, it's hospice. It's hospice fraud. Fraud hospice. And then Sean Ryan, a fucking CIA spook who should know better. But he doesn't, because he's still a CIA spook, just like John Curacao, that faggot, and Julian Dorsey, that faggot. What does Sean Ryan do? He goes, holy shit, hospice. These people are operating on the level of third graders. There's no intellectualism, but most importantly, like everyone here, there's no goddamn bravery or courage. Savannah Hernandez, your double-jointed pussy that got, destroyed by somebody pushing you down, or, you couldn't have sex with Taylor Hanson and let him, fist you because of what happened. I don't know. It's really rude because I was friends with all these people. Was is the operative term. And Savannah, first it was you didn't antagonize anybody. Then it was, well, maybe I slapped somebody in the face. And then it was, well, my pinky hurts or my ankle is sprained. And then she's got brain bleed worse than Andy No out in Portland years ago. And then it's concussion, and Brianna Morello and Sarah Gonzalez and everybody else. They have a sisterhood of suck off for their own grift. I'm just trying to find out, when they do these kind of things, do they elevate any of you? Do they elevate any of the truth tellers? Or do they just get to go to their crumpet party, their Beef Wellington experience, their champagne mixer, their turning point? Guys, the country is fucked. We're sliding off the edge of nothingness. And we're supposed to sit there and say, our lives should be dedicated to donating money to all of these people because they're suffering. Oh my God. Nick Fuentes went out. He went out of the house and he got a Culver's Butterburger. And, because he went and did that, it was $8 for the Culver's Butterburger. But then the emotional stress and just insanity that he had to go through from going out of the house means he needs another $10,000 super chat. And if you don't do that, then you're the real faggot, not him.
You're the problem, right?
Is there anybody good?
Yes.
Anybody?
You know what? There is. I will name somebody that's good.
Okay. All right.
Actually, 3 people. We'll do 3 because 3 because the Satan and the demons come at 3:33 in the morning because it's a mocking of Christ, 666. Let's just do that. We'll do 3 people. Aaron Baker running against Randy Fine. He's the original one. He's done all the work. Look, Dan Bilzerian, I get it, brother. Your cocaine party is over. You don't want to do it anymore. Or there are not enough transgenders with Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. Well, it's okay. We're going into the real manosphere now. But Aaron Baker has done the work. He shows up. He even endures and debases himself in the sense that he goes to the little queer Chamber of Commerce meetings. He goes to the Republican women's groups. He endures all of this nonsense because that's called a servant leader. He doesn't need the money. He's not getting the press. But Dr. Rechtenwald at Azapac, the antithesis to APAC, you guys endorsed Aaron Baker. He's been the leading candidate for you. And now you're going to have a live stream and an event with Dan Bilzerian, a known degenerate cokehead whoremonger. Get the fuck out of here. I will make this promise. Dan Bilzerian, you missed leg day, brother. And I might seem like a 135-pound faggot when wet. But guess what? I did football in high school and in college. And Lawrence Taylor type individuals, you get low and you scoop. That's what Coach said, and I did it. So I'm not going to do a closed fist punch. I'm not going to do an open palm slap. I'm going to do a backhand bitch slap on you. And I will do that, and you will not be able to withstand it. Nick, then you're next. So Aaron Baker is one. Another one that's great is Mike Wilnow, who's running against Dan Webster. But that homosexualist faggot, Anthony Sabatini, who beat his wife, Francesca, a friend of mine, they're now divorced, who is more concerned about tomahawk steak at Trump Doral and whatever kind of wine he thinks is cool nowadays. I mean, what kind of man sits there and wants to drink red wine all the time? I mean, that's just gay. He needs to step up. Anthony, I've been calling out Peter Pedophile source. It's called peterpedo.com. I've been doing that, the guy who runs Florida Politics. And you refused to call him out. And in fact, you told me you thought I was crazy. But you also defended your friend Clifford Date Raper Maloney. He did it in 2013. He did it again in 2018. And Clifford, I'm so sorry that your addiction has not subsided, but I have 2 other confirmed victims signed and sworn affidavits through my attorney, Thomas Rainieri, and you are going down. So when you all of a sudden announce you're running for Congress on a principled stand, hey everybody, it's me, Scott Ressler. So and then you say, oh, I'm creating Peter Petterpack. Well, the ultimate grift is in, ladies and gentlemen, because I asked myself, did he actually file that? And then I called the FEC, and he didn't. So, Anthony, I guess we'll just use these words. You dumb balding wop. Oopsies.
Hey,
Peter.
watch it. No, I'm kidding.
Well, hey, you can call me a dumb Nick. That's fine.
I'm
That's
just
fine.
fucking with you. I
That's
love
fine.
it. Keep going.
So
I'm just fucking with
Anthony, Peter Pedopack is now mine, motherfucker. It's mine. So your grift has been exposed right there. And we'll move on to one other person who I'm going to show some humility. I thought that Kai Schweimer was, as a Mormon, too concerned about going up in the spaceship or whatever is happening there that I read about. I thought he was part of the grift and addicted to it. But guess what? Out of the whole Groyper movement, who's the only goddamn one who actually filed for office? And he's running for Utah State Treasurer. That shows courage. That shows that you're putting your name on the line. He might win, he might lose, but all these other people won't even do something like that. Because if they lose, their ego gets so hurt about it. Guys, it's not about ego. Do you think it was about my ego that I had to keep my sexuality under wraps for years? Or I had to conceal the fact that I had a son and I didn't want my ex-girlfriend to be put at risk? Yeah, that was a big thing on my ego because it made me feel shameful about myself, but I did it because that's what you do when you're trying to save America. So Kai Schweimer, I think he has the opportunity here to showcase if he's bullshitting or doing, we'll just call it nigger talk. I'm sorry, I just have to say it. But he's going on Tim Pool. And the last thing I'll leave everyone with, well, actually, I'll do one more thing after that. But, Kai has a unique opportunity here. A young dude like that, and he's a father himself, to win even a state treasurer position in the Utah Republican Party. Do you understand how powerful that is with all the Mormon money and stuff going on over there? That's a huge role for somebody who's under 30 or anybody under 89 million years old to get. Paula White, I have to make an apology about Paula White because, this whole craze. Kim Clement, you have Roger Stone, my mentor, who we were sitting around, and this is when Roger had been under attack, indicted. He was thrown out of the circle. We both felt like, what the hell, man? We did a lot, and we have to look at Corey Lewandowski, and Lewandowski is a loose translation in Polak talk for cocksucker. Running the White House. And I said, well, I saw this speech or this broadcast from Kim Clement, this evangelical pastor. As a Catholic, I feel like those people are a little weird, but it's okay. They talked about the stone of justice. There's a stone of justice, and let there not be one stone unturned. And I created this whole idea. Well, you need to tell the president that you are the stone of justice because Kim Clement and Pastor, whoever it is, Pastor Reports or whatever these other weirdos are, I said, we have to tell them that you are the stone of justice and that the president needs to know that Roger Stone will leave no stone unturned because he is the stone of justice. And that's what I did. And Roger said, well, I have an idea too. What about if we say there's a demonic portal opening up above the White House and it's coming down and beaming down, and that's why the president is making these bad decisions, because it's not his fault. It's the demonic portal, and it's all of these people around him. And that worked for a time to get him to listen, at least on some points, to Roger or anybody other than these eternal grifters. Guys, we were promised that he broke the system, that he broke the two-party duopoly, that there were no more Bushes, there were no more Clintons, there were no more people like that.
Yeah.
And then we have to sit there and watch the country be degraded. And I'm sorry, the president can be saved, but it certainly won't be by Susie fake cancer bitch Wiles. Why is she leaving? Oh, she has cancer again? She's had it like 8 times in Florida before she went up to D.C. And why does James Blair, that bald penis head, oh, he's got a child now. He's got to advise the president from afar. You see, it's all very convenient because they're coming down to grift and steal about $38.6 million from Byron Donald's campaign because the grift is just endless. And there's a song.
How do you find? I have a quick question. How do you find the energy to even involve yourself in this shit anymore? Like I don't even want to. I don't even think I have the energy to try to vote, let alone keep up on these quote unquote candidates and what they actually stand for, and like where's, you know what I mean?
It's my son. It's people I know that are my friends. It's only about 12 people that I trust, but they they're normal people in terms of, you know, somebody could be working at Walmart or have a corporate job, or I've been a political animal since I'm 13. So I'm expending the last amount of my energy, and my dignity is not important. My reputation is not important. What's important is if I have to yell and scream and say incendiary things to get people to pay attention, to try and get their shit together and get off the mat and just vote for something, participate in something, that's fine. Because, guys, I've never cared about it. You can ask anybody. I've never been controlled. I get fired left and right from campaigns because I don't shut my mouth. That's just the simple fact. I cannot change who I am. The only difference is I used to be able to have some access to even InfoWars or, Jim Hoft and his, faggot party over there. It's the weirdest thing. I get blamed and talked about in terms of the gay thing as if I'm on the same level as Scott Pressler and his anal stretching events with Brandon Straka and others. But I've had 3 relationships in my life in 34 years on this planet. 1 with my ex-girlfriend and 2 with men. I don't have group sex. I don't do these weird things. I'm pretty much a fucking prude when it comes down to it. So I'm not going to sit here and watch this country fucking explode without giving everything I have. And they can say, oh, he's grifting. Oh, look at him. He's a theater kid. Oh. Well, guys, then go ahead. Go ahead. Anybody I've mentioned, Scott Pressler, Enrique Tarrio, Brendan Straka, any of you, even Dan Bilzerian, you don't need my money. And I know that. But I'll offer $10,000 right now. And I have about $11,000.37 left. I'll offer $10,000 right now to the National Right to Life Committee or to whatever nonprofit you choose. Come on to this program in the next 7 days and debate and stop being pussy ass faggot bitches. Or we'll just figure out that you're homosexualists, you're degenerates, you're people who don't care about this country. I'm willing to give it all. Are you?
There you go.
Man.
Okay.
And Templar, great fucking find, by the way.
Yeah.
Great find.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm pretty blown away here.
So what's your next step? You say you have some stuff. You have an attorney. You're doing some stuff. What happens from here? What are you?
I think
you sound like you're ready to lay them all down.
Yeah, and that's the final point. And Fuentes, your little trip to the Vatican Council over there with that Keith Woods and other homosexualists, it's bad news for you, brother, because people don't take me seriously. And so I made a call to my people in Legionnaires of Christ and in Opus Dei, and I did the best I could. I just said, guys, you got to stop backing this guy. It's bad news. And I've not been the best. Look, I'm going back to Mass 3 times a week. I was down to about 1 time each week and maybe every other week. But I'm doing the best I can. The next move is I'm going to release this ad. And this is the ad about how Lindsey Graham and James O'Keefe have abused my friend of many years and engaged in sex parties, forced sexual events. And I'm doing this not for me. We're not taking a penny. We won't accept a penny because it's about public shaming. It's about justice now, and it's about bringing them down a peg because I'm just sick of it. So I'm releasing it. I have the documentation. My friend Marshall has been around the world with these people, 12 different countries, 3 continents. I have it all documented. I've been begging him for years to step up and have some bravery. And he finally did 3 years ago and had to go to Casablanca and live there because of the death threats. And this is not an unserious person. He's a person who holds a master's degree, went to the Harvard Kennedy School of Government. He's lectured at the University of Iran. He's well-traveled, speaks 8 languages. And to me, that doesn't matter. But to all these other people, they seem to need some pedigree. He's worked for members of Congress. He's worked in the hardline right wing of the movement. And what they did to him at a young age is foul, in the sense that they began these forced sexual events when he was 13 years old. And I'm sick of it. He's on the line. He's at the end of his wits, and I've tried my best behind the scenes the past month to finally get somebody to talk about it. But do you know what they tell me? They say, well, you must not be for the victims if you don't want to accept money. You must not be for Marshall's dignity if you do not want him to go on camera in person and fly to Washington, D.C. And I said, guys, you're playing a game with somebody who's not one of these influencer retards. What, you want him to come back so you can kill him? Do you want him to accept money so you can say, look at this little fucking dumpster slut, and all he wanted was money? Absolutely no sirree, Bob. So, how about this? I mean, let's see if I can upload it right now. Since let's do this.
Do you have a X handle?
Everyone.
I just followed him on X.
Yeah, I'm going to upload it on X. Everyone can still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We're just going to put your X handle up so people can get in contact with you too.
It's at Jacob Ingles, ENGELS, same as my name appears. I'm kind of a boomer, guys. I'm not an influencer. I never wanted this shit. Okay? I'm working. He's at the moment of committing suicide because he wants justice in the form of an apology. He wants justice in the form of public embarrassment or shaming. And he's come to me, and I'm doing the level best I can. And for me, I'll just say it, and I'm sorry. These people have done the same thing to me, and it's wrong, and it's sick, and I was able to dial my ego down to the point of saying, over the years, they're doing good things. They're trying to get legislation passed. And I'm going to put away my own petty grievances about being violated at a young age. But now, I'm sick of it. And, them are the breaks, boys and girls. So, I'll stop my emotional trauma dumping because this is a dark place to go.
We appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Wow. Thank you for coming and talking. That's
No, thank you guys. You're all the ones who have the courage to put it up because Jesse Waters didn't. A lot of other people didn't. They said, did Marshall have a video or a recording of him being, anally raped at 14 years old 10 years ago? And I said, are you fucking kidding me? So, I don't know. I'm gonna let you go. But I'll put the video up and thank you.
Yeah, thank
we
you for
definitely
having
keep in
me.
touch through Templar.
Anything you need
perhaps-
from us, let us
yeah.
know. I just
Yeah.
followed you. DM me anytime. Anytime you need a
I just need
platform.
support, guys. I'm gonna put it out.
Yeah.
And Templar, you know, I came at him kind of rough in terms of what the fuck are we doing about this. But I'm eternally grateful for this opportunity, and you should be applauded and given a lot of freaking props. But
I didn't
I'm gonna
really
try.
do anything, dude. But I
You
appreciate
you
this
did no,
idea.
you did this.
You're the one who came and talked. You know, we just
Yeah,
used the
but
platform. So,
but
but thank
that's
you for
that's
the-
what I've needed. It doesn't matter because you gave me a platform. Because if I do this on my own in a X space or wherever else, they'll just say, "Oh, Jacob's eating babies again. He's adrenochrome. He needs adrenochrome. He's drunk." Guys, you're fucking sick for saying that kind of shit. And now there will be justice. And you've poked the bear with people who are true zealots in the sense of I care about the word of God and I care about being moral and ethical and holding up to your word. And the people we see right now have done none of those things. So now I'll get to work and I'll stop being a little bitch and crying.
Hey,
Jacob.
crying doesn't make you a little bitch, man.
Yeah, not
Crying
at
doesn't
all,
make
dude.
you a little bitch.
Jacob,
Especially with all that. But go ahead, Jonah. Sorry.
Yeah, Jacob, I'm going to DM you here on X. Look for Jonah Stormrider. I have a podcast on Wednesdays. I too am a traditional Catholic, and I would love to give you space on the podcast, and I'd love to just do deep dive. I do one-on-ones with people, so I'd love to give you the space, and let's just talk, man. So I'll DM you.
That's awesome.
All right, thank you. Guys, that's all. That's all I need. I have to stop for now because I've got limited fucking bandwidth emotionally. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Thank
go.
you for coming on.
Mental and emotional.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking tonight, Jacob.
Stay strong, man. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
guys. You have a good night.
You too.
Wow.
Wow.
Go to phonebooth.subtext.
Phoneboothpodcast.substack.com.
No, man, fuck all that real quick. Like,
Yeah,
That's an intense conversation right there. Holy cow.
I wholeheartedly believe he's who he claims because it's only one of two things. Either you really are or it's mental issues that you can play it that well. So I fully believe he is who he claims. And if you don't know who he is, just Google his fucking name. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
if everything he's saying is true, it's fuck, man.
Yeah, that's inside, and that's why, like, when he was trying to talk to me about it, you know, his main thing was how he gets attacked and how they've kind of like cut off his ability to even say anything, you know, like, so I just felt like he's got no voice, you know.
That's
so it just
exactly
happened to be great for today because it was like fucking.
Yeah.
Dude, are you
perfect,
kidding me?
dude.
Like, why not?
Perfect.
And just so we all know, I have to give credit where credit's due. This whole thing was Templar's idea about bringing people up and giving them a platform to showcase their account. So that was a great
beautiful.
fucking idea, man.
Well, you
And
jumped
they're like,
on board like right away with it, and you know, so it's not even. Yeah,
when I
dude,
see a
that's
good
credit
idea,
right
I
back,
fucking jump
brother,
on
you
it.
know?
One thing I am curious about, anyone listening, let us know. Did the comments cut out when he jumped in, or did everyone stop commenting because they were listening? Because there wasn't one single comment after he was in.
No, there were a few.
No, there was.
There
Oh,
were
was
a few,
there?
but they
Okay.
just kind of went
There's,
along the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
so sorry, Jacob.
Okay, cool. They're
I-
working. I just,
yeah,
I mean,
no,
I
I
was
think
just sitting
people
and
were
listening.
going.
That's why I wasn't talking. So I was just making sure because
Yeah,
I didn't
and
notice
that's what it
anything.
looked like was happening in the comments too. Was like everyone was like kind of drawn in, and I think a lot of us were kind of wondering in the beginning, like, where are we going? You know, because there's
Yeah.
a lot that comes at you in that. You know, it's like wow, and it just takes a moment to just kind of realize like what you're hearing, and it's like okay, so.
Dude, that was intense. Especially, I felt bad after playing that Roger Stone video earlier in the episode.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, he wasn't watching.
Yeah, and we didn't know. You
I was
know?
like, oh,
Well, it was what it was. It wasn't like it was
So-
mean spirited.
My wife
Yeah,
has
right.
met Roger Stone many times because she used to work at a Jewish deli and he came in all the time. And he's real weird. That's all.
Yeah.
It's real weird. That's all I can say. Just real strange. But
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, so that's what Mainstream Mondays are all about, dudes.
Yeah, it's really compelling too because I think there's a lot of what oftentimes we focus on as truth is we want to see the corruption and the crimes and all these other things exposed. But oftentimes when we're going down these rabbit holes and these conspiracy theories, I think it's easy to forget that on the other side of all of these heinous acts, there's a victim and a heart that's torn.
Yeah.
And so often I think it's really important, and I appreciate Jacob having the courage to come on because, not only what he went through, but what his dear friend went through. I think it's a really good reminder that it's not just theories that we're talking about. There's lives that have been severely harmed by the evils that we're talking about, So
yeah.
Well, like we call this Mainstream Mondays, and I feel like the real mainstream media is going to ignore him, and that's what they're doing,
Yeah. Well, they don't want to have stories about Lindsey Graham involved in fucking.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, who
fucking relations, right? That's contrary to what they really want out there. They don't want somebody who has been abused in those ways, with those people out there kind of dropping that, because that's usually the shit they're blackmailing each other with anyway. So.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Same reason we won't ever get anything of value out of Epstein and the Epstein revelations. It's the exact same thing. It's all of them. They're all implicated, and it would turn into exactly that. So when they do have somebody that stands out like this, that's got the balls to do something, the natural instinct for these people is to destroy that person in any way, shape, or form.
Sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
shut 'em up.
Destroy the credibility, yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Anybody got anything else to add to this?
That's a heavy note to end on, and we just wish the best for him. And I hope, legitimately, if he needs something from us, he contacts us. So.
Also, I look forward to seeing him on your show, Jonah. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, I'm now I want to know more about him. I never even heard the guy's name. I'm definitely going to be reading about him after this podcast tonight. But shit, that was interesting. But
to say the least.
Everybody go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com. Subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's the best place on the internet to get your entertainment.
Yeah, don't worry about pulling it up. Just go there, everybody. And this is the kind of shit we hope to bring you more. Hopefully more accounts will jump up that feel like they're being stifled and come up here and give their voice. This dude did. So let's see how this new idea goes. Great idea, Templar.
I love it.
And before we go, can I share one thing? Because you said pivot to something heartwarming. So there was something that I had anyway, so it'll work. Can you pull up that the school board thing, Snoop?
Oh, okay. The citizen.
Only if you stop yelling into your microphone.
Sorry.
Jesus. Is it the Illinois leaks? Is that what that is? Okay.
Bill, we can't hear you. You got to fix your mic. You dropped out. You didn't notice.
There you go, Templar.
All right. Appreciate you. All right. So one of the things I was going to talk about earlier today was about some cool laws and shit, right? And one of the laws I came across was like that in the state of Illinois, and actually in most states, there's a law that allows citizens to arrest people for crimes that they can reasonably believe that they've committed. And this story right here is from some people who took Illinois' version of that, and under 107.3, they arrested the school board, and it was just people, right? They citizens arrest their fucking officials. And if you read through the story, they got the sheriff in on it and everything, right? So they had because everybody understood their position, So it's just kind of nice to see that. Another interesting fact, however, is outside of like either having a state statute or a common law variation that allows people to arrest other people who commit crimes outside of ordinances, there's some states have it where you can actually empanel a grand jury through civilians. Wow. Most states do not. However, there's also 6 states. No, yeah, it's like 6 states: Nevada, and a couple of these other ones where you could, through a petition, force a judge to impanel a grand jury to investigate something. So I just thought that those were cool ways to show ways for normal, everyday individuals to use the mechanisms that are around us that we don't, that we abdicate, you know, and that there's still some strength in there, you know, if we utilize it the right way, right? You can't go and start revolutions with guns and shit like that, but you can if you go and you get involved in your communities, right? And I'm not saying going and arresting people, but, you know, when's the last time anyone's been to a city council meeting or actually paid attention to what was going on locally, you know? I mean,
I think
care
we're a
about
little
the president.
fatigued. I think a lot of us are fatigued, man. You know, like we thought we had the Trojan horse. We thought this was gonna fucking turn around, and it's just the same old shit on so many levels. You know what I mean? And all of them are just getting there and they're fucking flipping the script. You know? And it's like, man,
because the president can't fix it. You know, we live in we have checks and balances. It's rock, paper, scissors, right? We got legislative, we got judicial, and we got the executive. The executive can't run everything on its own. The legislative can't run everything on its own, and the judicial, right? But yet, you know, we've been conditioned more and more recently that, you know, it's like the president is this supreme leader, and that works federally too. But that's not the case, right? But locally, you know, like if you put in your time in your community, your town, your ordinances, your state, right? Like change starts there, and then it grows outward. You're not going to fix it from the top and then close everybody down at the bottom. It's an impossibility. So just maybe attend a meeting, get involved somewhere, learn a fact locally, and interact with that. That's going to be only real change, you know?
Well, I just
if you get jury duty, and you look at it as something, even though I know it's in the system, be a fucking thorn in the system. Remember, even if there's total proof that someone killed someone, if you think it was justified, you can find them not guilty, and there's nothing they can do about it if you can convince everyone. I'm just saying, if some dad beats up the fucking pedo person, you know, that fucked his little girl, and you think it's fine, just because the law says that it was wrong doesn't mean you have to convict. Use the power where you can. Go to the next one.
Those bitch-ass judges that keep turning people loose on the street hate that shit. Jury nullification.
Yeah.
But again, you know, so I just wanted to kind of let you know there's a lot of stuff like that. I've come across a lot of stuff like that.
Right.
So there's ways to empower yourself, you know, like so.
Well,
you know, like
it's even written, no, that they rule by the consent of the governed.
Correct.
So why do we keep giving our consent? That's the real problem.
Because we're so busy. That's the rub, right? They keep you busy with work. They keep you busy with everything. And then you say, okay, you make these decisions for me. You govern me, Daddy. And you know what happens? They make decisions that benefit them because they're the ones there who are taking the votes. They're the ones there who are making the decisions. You know, you can't let somebody make all the decisions and run everything and then be like, wait a minute, you didn't have my best priorities in line, just yours? How'd that work out?
Yeah, the founders warned us about that.
So just get involved.
Yep.
They sure as shit did.
I got myself a whole bunch of tea, and I'm going to go dump it in my lake this weekend, and it's going to be a revolution, and I'm excited
There we go.
For the future.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
That'll solve everything, bro. That'll solve it all. Just so you all know, that story's a lie also. But anyway.
Right.
And just to let you all know, the hiatus of Cup of Joan in the Morning is over, and we'll be back tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
So tune in.
Awesome.
Dude, you should have said that at the beginning, and it would have fucking drawn people in. You wait till the end. Thanks.
Well, it's okay, but most people are here now.
I forgot it.
Speaking of the phone booth,
Hey,
guys,
come back next week.
Wednesday night, this Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on with Laz on Fast and Fade. So,
all right.
Wednesday now?
Yep, he moved it to Wednesday. So
Jesus
Wednesday night.
Christ, he's all over the place.
I gotta get you one of these days on Philosopher King, Orwellian. We gotta do this.
Definitely DM me, man. I'll make the time for it. It'll be a good time.
Love it.
Y'all heard it.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Peace.